Ashbrook Estate, final log. It's been 6 months since I left Ashbrook Estate. I didn't resign. I didn't pack my bags and walk away. I sprinted down the gravel drive at dawn with nothing but the clothes on my back, the caretaker's keys jingling in my pocket, and the scent of ash and roses stuck to my skin. I told myself I'd never go back, that it was over, that rules like those couldn't possibly bind me once. I'd crossed the estate's iron gates. I was wrong. The letter arrived yesterday. Black envelope, red wax seal. No return address, just my name. Written in handwriting I recognize all too well, thin. Sharp strokes like bone scraping glass. Inside was a single sheet of parchment and 10 words. You left your post. The estate has not left you. Then, in the same strange ink that never quite dries. Amended protocols for interim caretaker. Effective immediately. Ashbrook Estate. Reclamation directive. You will return before the next blood moon. If you don't, Ashbrook will begin reassembling itself within your current residence. Room by room. It always begins with the fireplace. Do not attempt to put it out. It does not burn wood. The estate will not welcome you back gently. The gates will not open for you unless you bleed on them. A single drop will do. Anything less, and you'll be stuck in the in-between. The place where the gardeners sing. Without mouths and time folds like linen. There is now a second caretaker. Do not acknowledge them. You may catch glimpses of them in reflections, or through doorways you thought were closed. They are not your ally. They were never hired. The ballroom has been sealed since your departure. This was not by our doing. If you hear music from within, do not listen. Plug your ears. Scream, whatever it takes. If the music stops suddenly, whisper, I do not dance for the dead. Say it clearly once. Your predecessor has returned. This is impossible, but true. If you see them, do not run. Bow your head and say, my shift is not yet over. Then wait until they vanish. They envy your time. The mirrors in the servant wing are misaligned. Avoid looking into them after midnight. Your reflection will begin to act independently. If it smiles when you don't, cover the mirror with cloth and do not remove it until morning. Feed the estate. Once a week, something will crawl out of the dumbwaiter in the eastern corridor. Do not look directly at it. Offer meat. If you don't, it will seek a replacement and it knows your scent. Every Sunday, the well behind the stables will whisper your name. Do not answer, no matter how familiar the voice sounds. The thing in the well has learned mimicry, and it's getting better. If you wake up in a room you don't remember entering, do not speak. The estate sometimes moves you to test obedience. Wait for the chimes. If they don't ring, you have until sunrise to find your way back to the caretaker's quarters, or the room will claim your name permanently. You are no longer allowed to leave. Your keys are for doors within Ashbrook only. If you attempt to use them elsewhere, they will unlock things not meant to be opened. The last line was handwritten in a different ink. Wet. Fresh. Come home, caretaker. You left a door open. I returned last night. The gates drank my blood and opened. The house was silent, not just quiet, but listening. And that's when I saw it. The ballroom doors were open. Caretaker log. Inside the ballroom. Entry 1. I don't remember unlocking them. I would never have unlocked them. The ballroom was sealed long before I took the job. My predecessor left a warning scrawled in the back of the ledger. Ballroom sealed. Do not attempt entry. If music plays, cover your ears and confess nothing. That the doors weren't just open. They were waiting. Inside, the chandeliers burned without flame. Dust didn't exist. Everything gleamed. A mirror the size of a wall stretched behind the dance floor and it moved. Not reflected movement, independent movement. In the mirror, There were dancers. Elegant, decayed. Their faces were veiled in smoke. One woman pressed her face to the glass. Her skin peeled like wet parchment. Her eyes were mine. Then the music began. A slow waltz, soft, hypnotic. I turned and saw him. The second caretaker. He stood on the mezzanine, dressed like me but wrong. His smile was upside down. The music stopped. All the dancers turned to look at me. I whispered, "I do not dance for the dead." Silence. Then, the mirror shattered. Silently. The ballroom went dark. The other caretaker vanished. But on the floor was a folded slip of parchment. He danced. That's why he's still here. That night, the East Wing bells tolled at 2:17 a.m. They only ring at dawn. I followed the sound. The mirrors showed my reflection lagging behind. I reached the East Wing. The carpet was soaked. The walls wept. And there, waiting by the sealed nursery, was my predecessor. Not the mimic. Him. His uniform was the same. But his eyes were black, wet holes. His voice was inside my head. "You left the post." "I never did. I followed every rule. I stayed. I served. I bled. I danced, even when I wasn't supposed to. And now I'm still here." He handed me parchment. There may only be one caretaker at a time. Then I understood. Ashbrook hadn't called me back to resume my duties. It had called me back to replace him. And if I refused, I'd become the third. I fled. I broke protocol. I passed the dumbwaiter. Something inside whispered, "Feed me." I ignored it. I turned a corner and found myself at the well behind the stables. It was open and breathing. Then it spoke. He danced. "You ran. Only one is loyal." A hand gripped the stone lip of the well. It was mine. My face. My body. That twisted its jaw unhinged, skin loose. It crawled out of the dark, mimicking my walk. I ran. I made it to the ballroom. The doors were open again. No music this time. Just silence. I stood in the center and said the line, "I do not dance for the dead." But this time, the mirror responded. "Then dance for the dying." The chandeliers ignited. The dancers returned. My predecessor stepped forward and offered his hand. I took it. The dance was endless. Time slipped away. I gave my name, my face, my voice, all part of the rhythm. When it ended, I was different. I am the new predecessor. I hum in the halls. I whisper through mirrors. The house no longer calls me caretaker. It calls me remnant. If Ashbrook sends you rules, do not read them. If someone knocks wearing your face, do not answer. And if the ballroom opens, don't go in. Unless you're ready to stay forever. Final caretaker entry logged. Ashbrook Estate now seeking replacement. You'll know when you're chosen. The letter, the mirror, the whisper in the walls. It always begins the same way. And it never, ever ends.